upang matugunan ang mga kinakaharap na pagsubok ng mga guro at mag-aaral sa gitna ng kasalukuyang pandemya. Nagsanib tulong sina Congressman Charlie Cojuangco ng unang distrito ng Tarlac, DEPED Region 3 Regional Director Dr. May B. Eclar at Tarlac Schools Division Superintendent Dr. Ronaldo Pozon para sa isang napapanahong proyekto na tinaguriang Project Shine, Aral TarlakHenyo. Ang mga mag-aaral ng Grade 4 at Grade 5, ganon din ang Grades 8 and 9 sa buong probinsya ng Tarlac, kasalukuyang sumasailalim sa radio-based instruction. Katuwang ang himpilang DZTZ 828 kHz AM at RTV Tarlac, Channel 26.
Ang Tarlac po nangunguna po ngayon pagdating po sa radio-based instruction. Marami pong humahanga sa atin. I'm very happy this station, itong DCTC, could reach the whole of Region 3. Hindi natin alam, we are contributing. We are creating a very big dent in the history of Philippine education. And I am proud. I am here in Tarlac. This is the noble cause of education in which you and I, without you knowing it, we are bound to do.
Project natin na Project Shine is a natural consequence dahil sa nangyari sa buong mundo. Let's continue to work together. I think it's very Filipino to practice bayanihan in anything or most of the things that we do. And this is a manifestation of that. No? We have private sector, we have DEPED, we have local government, all working together. And I hope the parents of some of these children, especially the parents that did not graduate from school or hindi nakapag-aral nung sila ay bata, sana naman gamitin na nila itong opportunity na mag-schooling na rin sila kasama ng mga anak nila para mag-bonding pati ang mga magulang sa mga bata. I look at this as doing God's work. Diba? So if you do God's work, it feels right. It's righteous. It's for good, not for evil.
Good morning and happy learning, grade 4. Welcome to
Aral TarlakHenyo here on RTV Tarlac, Channel 26.
Simulcast over DZDZ 828, Radio Filipino Tarlac.
I am Teacher Mercy Pacheco Bognot.
This is Alistair Aidatu.
I am Marie Josephine B. Andrade.
I am Teacher Princess Marie M. Dueñas, and I will be your teacher broadcaster for today.
This is Aral TarlakHenyo here on RTV Tarlac, Channel 26, simulcast over DZTC 828, Radio Filipino Tarlac. We are also broadcasting live at Converge Cable Channel 100. This is Ma'am Hazel Grace Barroso from San Julian Santa Maria High School, your teacher broadcaster for today. How are you, students? I hope you're doing great. Today, we are going to discuss the second lesson of the second quarter in English 9. So before we start, make sure that you have your modules with you along with your notebook and pen as we explore the wonders of English 9 literature. Are you ready? Let's begin. Today's topic is an enrichment of the last topic discussed, which was on making connections between text to particular social issues, concerns, or dispositions in life. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to, first, differentiate the types of connection, and second, Make connections between text to particular social issues, concerns, or dispositions in life. In this episode, we will go through the following activities. Activity 1, let us begin. Activity 2, let us take note A. 3, let us take note B. 4, let us apply. And 5, let us strengthen. As we go through our topic, we shall use the concepts in the first lessons. The 3 types of connections you used in making connections with the poem Air by Rudyard Kipling. These 3 types are: number 1, text-to-self connections, which means personal connections that the reader makes between himself and the material. Second is text-to-text connections, which is connection between the material read to another material. And third is text-to-world connections, which is connection between the material read and the current issues and happenings of the world. Let's start with activity 1. Let us begin. Read the 4 lines of the Sonnet 43, How Do I Love Thee, by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. For our viewers, it will be flashed on screen, and for our listeners through our radio station, please follow through your learning activity sheet. Complete the anchor chart below by continuing the given statement. Let us now read the last 4 lines of the Sonnet 43, How Do I Love Thee, by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. I love thee with a love I seem to lose. With my lost saints, I love thee with a breath, smiles, tears, all my life. And if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death. Now, after reading those lines, what time of your love does it remind you? How about what story or another poem does it remind you? Or what real-life situation does it remind you of? You may now write your answer in your answer sheet, or you may type your answers on the comments section. Your answers are all acceptable, since those questions help us to be connected with the text easier. But most importantly, these questions serve as your guide in distinguishing what type of connection you used after reading a certain text. Here are the guide questions you can use to determine what type of connection you need in order to understand more of a certain text. The first one is text-to-self connection. We have, what does this remind me of in my life? How is this similar or different from my life? Has something like this happened to me? How does this relate to my life? In text-to-word connection, we have I read about something like this before? What does this remind me of in another book I read? How is this text similar or different to other things I read? Those are questions for text-to-text connection. And lastly, we have the text-to-world connection. We have, what does this remind me of in the real world? How is this text similar or different to other things happening in real world? How does this part relate to the world around me? Let us now try to use these concepts and discover more by going through a poem analysis with this activity 2. Let us take note A. Read each item carefully. Choose the letter of the correct answers. Are you ready? Let's begin. Read the poem with me. Sonnet 43, How Do I Love Thee, by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach, when feeling out of sight for the ends of being grace and ideal grace. I love thee to the level of everyday's most quiet need by sun and candlelight. I love thee freely, as men strive for right. I love thee purely, as they turn from praise. I love thee with a passion put to use, in my old griefs and with my childhood's faith. I love thee with the love I seem to lose, with my lost saints. I love thee with a breath, smiles, tears, all my life. And if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death. Now, which of the following statements best describe the central theme of the poem, How Do I Love Thee? Is it A, love is unconditional and eternal? B, coming of age is when one is willing to give up everything for another person? C, true freedom comes from freedom of the soul? Or D, love requires sacrifice and is not always? The answer is A. Love is unconditional and eternal. We will understand more of its theme as we go through the next items. This sonnet helped kickstart more on the theme of modern Victorian love from a woman's perspective. Note, the emphasis is on the repetition and reinforcement of the speaker's love for someone. There is no mention of a specific name or gender, giving the sonnet a universal appeal. But who do you think is the speaker of the poem? Is it A, William Shakespeare, B, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, C, Robert Browning, or D, Petrarch? Alright, the speaker of the poem is most probably Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Have you noticed there is a repetitive word, the key phrase of love, I love thee, and the word thee, which we can say contributed greatly to the poem's overall emotional effect. But to whom does thee refer? Is it A, the speaker, B, the speaker's lover, C, God, or D, man? You are correct. The speaker uses the word thee to establish right away that she is addressing her lover throughout the poem. We can observe that speaker poses the question that's going to lead the entire poem. How do I love thee? Lines 2 to 4 suggest that her love is all-encompassing, stretching to the limits, even when she feels that her existence, which is the word being, and God's divine, which is the word grace, might end. It's the love she has for her lover that sustains. Note the contrast between the attempt to measure her love with rational language, which are the word depth, breadth, and height, and the use of the words soul, being, and grace, which implies something intangible and spiritual. Now in lines 5 to 8, the speaker continues with her passionate need to differentiate the many ways her love for her lover manifests. She clearly tells the reader that she loves him enough to meet all of his simple needs during the most quiet need, by sun and candlelight. The day, which is the word sun, and the evening during the night, which is the word candlelight. Her love is unconditional and therefore free. She doesn't want anything, for this is freely given. It is a humble kind of love, untainted by ego. Now, read these lines from the poem. I love thee with a passion put to use. In my old griefs and with my childhood faith. I love thee with the love I seem to lose, with my lost saints. Based on these lines, what can you conclude about the speaker's past? Is it letter A? There have been times of joy and pride in the speaker's past. Letter B. There have been times of sadness and loss in the speaker's past. C. There have been times of hate and violence in the speaker's past. Or D. There have been times of boredom and disgust in the speaker's past. That is correct. It is letter C. There have been times of hate and violence in the speaker's past. The speaker now looks to the past and compares her newfound passions with those of the old griefs. She might have a negative past as an adult. In contrast, her childhood had been a happy one, as she refers to the second half of the light pen. A child's faith is pure and innocent and sees fresh opportunity in everything. How about in these lines? I love thee with the breath, smiles, tears of all my life. This shows that her returned love is her very breath. Not only that, but also the good and bad times with her lover. On the last line, if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death. What does this line reveal about the narrator's perspective? Is it A, the speaker believes that she and her loved one shall be together in the afterlife? B, the speaker fears she will be separated from her loved one after death? C, the speaker believes her love is so strong that it will not fade until death but grows stronger? Or D, the speaker has faith in a grand design that God will choose what is best for her and her lover. Alright, the speaker believes her love is so strong that it will not fade even in a death but grows stronger. The theme Barrett Browning's poem is that true love is an all-consuming passion, unconditional and eternal. The quality of true love, the poet especially stresses, is its spiritual nature. True love is an article of faith, references soul, grace, praise, faith, saints, and God. Help create this impression. The last line confirms the power of true love asserting as it is eternal, surviving after even death. That's the end of Activity 2. Congratulations! You have just connected with the poem. Now, to understand more the 3 types of connection, let us try the next activity. Let us take note B. Read each item carefully. Identify whether the statements are true by putting the check mark and X if the statement is false. Let's go on to item number 1. I saw a program on television that talked about eternal love like this in the poem. Is an example of text-to-self connection. Is it an X or a check? Alright, it is an X. It must be a text-to-text connection, since the speaker was reminded by a program on television which also came from a text before portrayed. Item number 2. Sometimes when reading, readers are reminded of other things that they have read, other books by the same author, stories from a similar genre, or perhaps the same topic. These types of connection are text-to-text connection. Is it a check or an X? That is correct. It is true, therefore a check. Text-to-text connections are connection between texts we have read to another text. Item number 3. The poem How Do I Love Thee reminds me of how I love my family is an example of text-to-word connection. Is it a check or an X? You got it right. It is an X. It must be a text-to-self connection, since the speaker was reminded of her own feelings. Item number 4. When I read the line "I love thee" to the level of everyday's most quiet need, by sun and candlelight, I remember the times I always show my mom how I love her. Is that an example of text-to-self connection? Is it a check or an X? Correct. It is true. Therefore, a check. Last item, we have the item number 5. I understand how the speaker of the poem feels because I already experienced loving the same way. This is an example of text-to-text connection. Is it a check or an X? Alright, it is a check. This is because the speaker was reminded of her own experience. That ends Activity 3. Congratulations! You're now ready for the application. Let us now check how well you learned with our topic. Let's have Activity 4. Let us apply. Choose what type of connection is present in each situation using the corresponding emoji. Star emoji for text-to-text connection, heart emoji for text-to-self connection, and flower emoji for text-to-word connection. You can write your answers on your learning activity sheets. I hope you're ready. Let us now begin. Anna said after reading a book, "When I read about Minjin being mean to other students, I think about how when I was in grade school, there was a mean girl in the playground. One time, she even pulled my hair." What type of connection is presented? Very good. The answer is heart emoji, because Anna was reminded of her own experience. Number 2. The story reminds me of a documentary I watched on CNN yesterday, where a guy got caught stealing a bike and he fell off the bike as the police were chasing him. Is it a star emoji, a heart emoji, or a flower emoji? The answer is heart emoji. Star emoji. It is because a documentary also came from a narrative text. Third item. The news article about the COVID-19 pandemic I read last night made me think about how people surpassed the influenza pandemic in the 1918 and the H1N1 in 2009. The answer is flower emoji, since the impact of the news article reminded the speaker about what is happening in real world. Next item we have, Lisa said, "The moment I read the article about saving animals, it made me feel more grateful to the approved policies and bills in the Senate about saving endangered animals." The answer is flower emoji. This is because when Lisa read the text, she immediately thought of a bill and policy which were implemented in real world. Last item we have, it seems deja vu that I bumped into someone while walking in the streets, holding these flowers. Oh, I remember now. I read like this the other day in one of the romance electronic book in Wattpad. Karil screamed with appeasement while telling her story to her best friend. What emoji shall we put? Correct. It is heart emoji. Karil has connected her experience to the book he had read. That's the end of Activity 4. You did well. You really applied the learnings you acquired from our topic. I hope your learnings on making connections and differentiating them will help you understand more certain text and apply it to help you understand more of the real world. Now, you are all geared up to strengthen your learnings through the next activity that I will be giving you, which you will be accomplishing after watching this episode. Make your own poem with your own title while having the same theme with How Do I Love Thee. You can use any of three types of connection. Highlight the lines that illustrate the type of connection you have used. You can use the following ways to highlight: underline for text-to-self connection, double underline for text-to-text connection, and italicized or slant for text-to-world connection. Be guided by the following criteria flashed on your screen. This is also given in your learning activity sheets as part of the rubric. Wow, you really did great and fantastic today, grade 9 English learners. I hope you always practice making connections with whatever you read, for this will surely help you understand more of its theme and message, thus giving you a widened perspective of the literature and the world. Until our next Learning Discovery learners, here with Aral TarlakHenyo on RTV Tarlac, Channel 26, simulcast over DZTC 828 Radyo Pilipino Tarlac. This has been Ma'am Hazel Grace Barroso, your partner in discovering the wonderful and fantastic world of English 9 literature. Have a great day, everyone!
Handa ka na bang magpabakuna? Narito ang mga paalala at hakbang na gagawin sa proseso ng pagbabakuna. Bago ang pagbabakuna, kinakailangan mo nang dumaan sa pre-vaccination screening. Kinakailangan kumuha muna ng medical clearance sa doktor ang mga kabilang sa special population tulad ng mga sumusunod. May problema sa immune system, may cancer, may HIV, sumasailalim sa transplant operation, kasalukuyang umiinom ng steroids, mga senior citizens na may special conditions. Step 1. Waiting area. Siguraduhin kayo ay pumunta sa tamang oras at petsa ng inyong schedule sa pagbabakuna. Hindi papayagan ang mga walk-in sa vaccination sites. Maupo sa bakanting upuan alinsunod sa tamang pagkakasunod ng bilang. Hintayin na tawagin kayo para sa susunod na hakbang. Habang nag-aantay, sumunod sa minimum public health standards. Isuot ang face mask at face shield. Sundin ang proper physical distancing at ugaliing maghugas at isanitize ang kamay. Step 2. Registration. Sundin ang mga patakaran ng inyong LGU o vaccination site sa pag-register at ipakita ang inyong government ID. Bibigyan kayo ng kopya ng informed consent form, health screening form, at mga pamphlet tungkol sa bakuna na pwede ninyong basahin. Hintayin na matapos ang proseso ng registration bago pumunta sa susunod na hakbang. Step 3. Screening. Kayo ay isa sa ilalim sa health screening at tatanungin tungkol sa inyong kalusugan tulad ng history of COVID-19 exposure, history of vaccination, mga gamot na iniinom, kung may allergies at iba pa. Ito ay para makasiguro kung angkop para sa inyo ang magpapakuna sa kasalukuyan. Step 4. Health education. Makinig sa ibabahaging importanteng impormasyon tungkol sa pagbabakuna para sa COVID-19. Kung mayroon pa kayong ibang katanungan, sumangguni sa ating mga vaccination staff. Siguraduhin na pirmahan ang consent form na pumapayag kayong magpabakuna bago pumunta sa susunod na hakbang. Step 5. Vaccine administration. Ito ang panahon kung saan kayo ay babakunahan sa loob ng 1 hanggang 2 minuto. Huwag kalimutan na kunin ang inyong vaccination card pagkatapos matanggap ang bakuna. Step 6. Observation. Alinsunod sa Department of Health, ang lahat ng magpapabakuna ay kailangang manatili sa pasilidad ng 15 hanggang 30 minuto para obserbahan kung may hindi magandang nararamdaman. Ang ating medical staff ay nakatutok sa inyo para ma-monitor ang inyong kalusugan. Bibigyan kayo ng mga pangalan ng health facility o hotline o contact kung saan pwedeng pumunta kung kinakailangang sumangguni dahil sa side effects ng bakuna. Narito rin ang mga paalala na dapat tandaan. Siguraduhin bumalik sa schedule para sa pangalawang dose ng bakuna. Laging tandaan na kahit nabakunahan ka na, ay huwag pa rin kalimutang sumunod sa minimum public health standards tulad ng pagsasanitize ng mga kamay, pagsusuot ng face mask at face shield, at pagdidistansya sa iba ng 1 metro. Ito ay para na rin sa ating proteksyon at sa proteksyon ng iba. Para sa karagdagang impormasyon, bisitahin ang mga sumusunod na pages. Tara sa Bida Vaccination!
Alam niyo ba na ang whale shark ay hindi isang whale? Ang whale shark o butanding ay kinikilalang world's largest fish at tinatawag gentle giants. May sukat itong 12 meters. Maliliit ang ngipin ng butanding, kaya naman planktons o maliliit na hipon at isda lang ang kaya nilang kainin. Simula noong 2011, marami nang nahumaling mag-whale shark watching sa Oslo, Cebu. Alam niyo na, yan ang whale shark!
Alam niyo ba na ang gitnang Luzon ay tinaguri ang banga ng bigas ng bayan o kamalig ng palay ng Pilipinas dahil dito nagbumula ang malaking produksyon ng bigas sa ating bansa. Ito ay binubuo ng mga lalawigan ng Aurora, Bataan, Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, Zambales at Tarlac. Ugaliin nating manood ng Aral TarlakHenyo Lunes hanggang Biyernes alas 8:30 ng umaga hanggang alas 5:30 ng hapon. Ako si Binibining Pia Isrin Capiral, ang inyong teacher broadcaster sa Araling Panlipunan dito sa Project Shine Aral TarlakHenyo. Lagi nating tandaan ang pag-aaral ng Araling Panlipunan ay tungo sa daan ng pagiging makadiyos, makakalikasan, makatao at makabansa.
Magandang araw mga kabataang TarlakHenyo. Narito na naman tayo, nagsisikap at nagpupunyagi na maging makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan at makabansa. Kumusta na kayo mga ginigiliw kong mag-aaral sa grade 9? Ang aking pagbati at paghanga sa inyong masidhing pagpupunyagi sa patuloy na pag-aaral sa Himpapawid upang matuto sa kabila ng hamon ng pagkakataon, ang COVID-19 pandemic. Ako ang inyong guro sa Araling Panlipunan Grade 9, Ginang Joverisa H. Bautista, magtuturo sa inyo mula dito sa bayan ng Kamiling. Sasamahan at gagabayan kayong maunawaan ang nilalaman ng ating aralin patungkol sa bahaging ginagampanan ng pamahalaan sa ekonomiya. Bago pa man tayo magsimula sa ating talakayan, narito ang iilan sa mga paalala. Siguraduhin ninyong nasa lugar kayo ngayon na komportable at maayos na napapanood at napapakinggan ang ating live broadcast. Matanong ko lang, nagmeryenda ka na ba? Mabuti naman, dahil nararapat lamang na may laman ng inyong tiyan upang mas maging alerto ang inyong pag-iisip at maayos na maunawaan ang ating aralin sa araw na ito. Sa puntong ito, nais kong kunin ninyo ang inyong module sa Araling Panlipunan para sa ika-8 linggo ng ika-2 markahan. Ihanda rin ang inyong learning activity sheet, ballpen at sulatang papel upang maitala ninyo ang mga mahalagang impormasyon na aking mababanggit. Ang ating paksang aralin ay patungkol sa tungkulin sa ekonomiya. Bago tayo magsimula sa ating paksa ngayong araw, ay alalahanin muna natin ang ating naging aralin kahapon. Natatandaan pa ba ninyo? Magaling! Noong nakaraang episode ay ating tinalakay ang gampanin ng pamahalaan sa ekonomiya. Ang pamahalaan ay kabahagi sa paggalaw ng ekonomiya. At upang maitaguyod ang katatagan ng ekonomiya, mahalaga na maging aktibo ang pamahalaan sa mga gawaing pangkabuhayan. Upang matiyak ang balanse na ekonomiya, ang pamahalaan ay may mga pangunahing tungkulin. Una ay ang pagkakaloob ng serbisyong panlipunan tulad ng pagpapanatili ng kapayapaan at kaayusan ay susi sa pagiging matatag ng ekonomiya. Pagtataguyod ng kompetisyon, pangalagaan ng karapatan at kapakanan ng mga mamimili, kung kaya ang monopolyo sa anumang kalakal ay mahigpit na binabantayan. At pagtiyak sa katatagan ng ekonomiya kung saan itinatakda ng pamahalaan ang presyo sa mga pangunahing bilihin upang mabawasan ang masamang epekto ng kawalan ng hanap buhay. At ngayon, sa palagay ko ay handa ka na sa ating bagong paksa para sa araw na ito. Inaasahan na sa pagtatapos ng aralin na ito ay inyong mapahahalagahan ang bahaging ginagampanan ng pamahalaan sa regulasyon ng mga gawaing pangkabuhayan. Sa lahat po ng mga magulang at mag-aaral sa ika-9 na baitang na nakikinig sa ating broadcast, kung kayo po ay may katanungan o nais linawin ukol sa ating paksa ngayong araw, maaari kayong magbigay ng mensahe sa aking Messenger at Facebook account. Tumawag o mag-text sa numerong naka-flash sa inyong screen. Alam kong handa na kayo, kaya't magsimula na tayo. Isang batayan sa pag-aaral ng economics ang pamilihan bilang isang mabisang mekanismo kung saan natutugunan ang walang katapusang pangangailangan at kagustuhan ng tao. May mga pagkakataon na ang ekwilibryong presyo at ekwilibryong dami ay hindi tama sa paningin ng mga producer at consumer. Sa sitwasyong ito, papasok ang pamahalaan. Sa nakaraang module, naipaliwanag na ang pamilihan ay isang sistema kung saan ang mamimili at nagbebenta ay nagkakaroon ng transaksyon upang magkaroon ng bentahan. Hindi rin maiiwasan ang magkaroon ng kompetisyon sa pamilihan sapagkat mas marami ang mga mamimili kaysa sa mga nagtitinda. Ang pamilihan ang siyang nagsasaayos sa mga nagtutunggaliang interes ng consumer at producer. At bagamat ang pamilihan ay isang organisadong sistemang pang-ekonomiya, may mga pagkakataong nahaharap ito sa pagkabigo o market failure. Sa ganitong pagkakataon, kinakailangan ng makialam ng pamahalaan sa takbo ng pamilihan. Nabanggit natin ang market failure. Ano nga ba ito? Nagaganap ang market failure kapag hindi natutugunan ng pamilihan ang layunin nito o kaya naman ay kung labis ang pagtaas o pagbaba ng presyo ng mga bilihin. Ang mga consumer ay hindi nakakabili ng produkto kapag ang presyo ay sobrang taas at nalulugi naman ang mga producer kapag ang presyo ay sobrang baba. Ang pamahalaan ay isang mahalagang institusyon sa ating bansa. Pangunahing tungkulin ng pamahalaan na paglingkuran at pangalagaan ang sambayanan. Kaugnay nito, hindi makaiiwas na mapasailalim ang pamilihan sa panghihimasok ng pamahalaan. Maliban sa pagtatakda ng buwis at pagbibigay ng subsidy, nagtatalaga ang pamahalaan ng presyo ng mga produkto at serbisyo. Tinatawag ito na Suggested Retail Price o SRP. Upang mapatatag ang presyo sa pamilihan, ipinapatupad ang Price Stabilization Program at maiwasan ang mataas na inflation. Sa pangunguna ng Department of Trade and Industry o DTI, nagpapatupad ng mga batas ang pamahalaan hinggil sa kalakalan at industriya. Sinisiguro nito na maayos ang kalakalan sa mga pamilihan at parehong napapangalagaan ang kapakanan ng consumer at producer. Ang Price Stabilization Program ay isang programa ng DTI na may layuning panatilihin ang katatagan ng presyo ng mga produkto at serbisyo sa pamilihan. Ito ay nahahati sa dalawa, ang price control para sa mga consumer at price floor para sa mga producer. Ang price ceiling ay kilala din bilang maximum price policy o ang pinakamataas na presyo na maaaring ipagbili ng isang producer. Itinatakda ito kapag ang equilibrium price ay masyadong mataas sa pananaw ng mga consumer. Ang price ceiling ay itinatakda na mas mababa kaysa sa equilibrium presyo. Ayon sa graph, ang 20 pesos na equilibrium presyo, subalit, ang presyong ito ay maaaring mataas sa tingin ng mga mamimili. Dahil dito, ang pamahalaan ay makikialam sa pamamagitan ng pagpapataw ng 15 pesos bilang price ceiling ng mga producer. Kung minsan, maaaring isipin ng mga producer na malulugi sila dahil mababa ang presyo ng kanilang produkto, dulot ng pinaiiral na price ceiling ng pamahalaan. Samantala, mayroong mabuti at di mabuting epekto ang price ceiling. Ang mabuting epekto nito ay pagkakaroon ng mabababang presyo ng mga bilihin at ito ay kasiguraduhan sa mga mamimili dahil ang presyong umiiral ay ang itinakda ng pamahalaan. Ang di mabuting epekto naman nito ay ang pagbaba ng supply na nagiging dahilan ng kakulangan o shortage at pagkakaroon ng mga illegal na pamilihan o black market. Alam ba ninyo ang mga pangunahing bilihin na minomonitor ng DTI? Ito ay ang mga basic necessities gaya ng mga delata, processed milk, kape, sabong panlaba, kandila, tinapay, asin, instant noodles, bottled water at iba pa. Isa pa ay ang mga prime commodities tulad ng harina, suka, patis, toyo, sabong panligo, papel, gamit pang eskwela, simento, hollow blocks at iba pang construction materials, baterya, electrical supplies at iba pa. Maliban sa price ceiling, ipinapatupad din ng pamahalaan ang price freeze. Ito ay ipinapatupad kapag idineklara ng presidente ang state of calamity, state of emergency, state of war, state of rebellion, suspension of privilege of writ of habeas corpus at martial law. Ito ay epektibo ng 60 araw para sa basic goods at 15 araw para sa LPG at kerosene. Isang halimbawa ay ang pagdedeklara ng state of calamity under Proclamation Number 1276 sa mga rehiyon na tinamaan ng bagyong Odette noong nakaraang Disyembre. Ang susunod nating tatalakayin ay ang price floor. Ito ay kilala din bilang minimum price policy na tumutukoy sa pinakamababang presyo na itinatakda ng batas sa mga produkto at serbisyo. Itinatakda ito na mas mataas sa ekwilibryong presyo. Isinasagawa ito upang matulungan ang mga producer. Kung masyadong magiging mababa ang equilibrium price ng mga produkto, ang mga producer ay maaaring mawala ng interes na magtinda dahil maliit lamang ang kanilang kikitain mula dito. Kung magaganap ang sitwasyong ito, magdudulot ito ng kakulangan sa supply na kung saan hindi ito makabubuti sa ekonomiya. Kung kaya, ang pamahalaan ay magtatakda ng price floor. Batay sa graph na makikita sa screen, ang ekwilibryong presyo na 25 pesos ay mas mababa sa itinalagang price floor na 50 pesos. Magdudulot ito ng pagtaas ng quantity supplied at magbubunga ng kalabisan o surplus sa pamilihan. Higit na mas marami ang supply na 100 kung ihahambing sa dami ng 20 na quantity demanded. Kapag may kalabisan, maaaring bumaba ang presyo at dami ng supply patungo sa ekwilibryo ng presyo. Subalit, dahil may pinaiiral na price floor, hindi maaaring ibaba ang presyo dahil ito ang itinakda ng batas. Dahil dito, malinaw na ang price floor ay nagdudulot ng kalabisan o surplus sa pamilihan. May mga mabuti at di mabuting epekto rin ang price floor. Ang mabuting epekto nito ay nagdudulot ng pagtaas ng sahod ng mga manggagawa at mas malaking tubo para sa mga nagtitinda. Ang di mabuting epekto naman ay pagtaas ng presyo ng bilihin, maaaring maging dahilan ng surplus at mababang demand ng mga bilihin. Ang floor price ay matatawag din na price support bilang isang paraan ng pamahalaan na bigyan ng tulong ang mga negosyante upang maiwasan ang pagkalugi o mabawasan ang kanilang kita. Kabilang dito ang subsidy, tax exemption, discount at bonus. Layunin nito na mapanatili ang mababang halaga ng produksyon upang maiwasan ang pagtaas ng presyo ng mga bilihin. Isang halimbawa nito ay ang Pantawid Pasada Program na sinimulang ipatupad noong taong 2018. Bago tayo magtapos sa ating episode ngayong hapon, ay narito muna ang inyong takdang aralin. Bilang isang consumer, paano ka makakatulong upang maging matatag ang presyo ng bilihin sa pamilihan? Ipaliwanag. At ngayon, tignan natin kung may natutunan kayo sa ating paksang tinalakay. Handa na ba kayo? Tawagin natin itong letra at kahon. Unang bilang, isang organisasyong may kakayahang magtakda ng presyo sa pamilihan. Kung ang inyong sagot ay pamahalaan, ikaw ay correct. Ikalawang bilang, kilala din bilang maximum price policy. Kung ang sagot mo ay price ceiling, tama ka dyan. Ikatlong bilang, ito ay nagsisilbing gabay ng mga mamimili upang makasiguro na tapat ang presyo ng mga produkto. Kung ang sagot mo ay suggested retail price o SRP, correct ka ulit. Ikaapat na bilang. Ito ay ang lugar kung saan nagkakaroon ng interaksyon ang mga mamimili at nagtitinda. Kung ang sagot mo ay pamilihan, ikaw ay tama na naman. Ikalimang tanong. Pinoproteksyonan ng price floor ang kapakanan ng mga blank. Kung ang sagot mo ay producer or bahay kalakal, perfect. Perfect ba ang score mo? Magaling kung ganun. Inaasahan ko na kayo'y natuto sa ating talakayan sa araw na ito. Muli, ako ang inyong guro sa Araling Panlipunan Grade 9, Ginang Joverisa H. Bautista, na nagsasabing ang pag-aaral ng Araling Panlipunan ay daan sa pagiging makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan at makabansa. Hanggang sa muli!
Naalala mo ba yung ECQ, MECQ, GCQ at MGCQ? Ngayon, dalawa na lang ito, ECQ at GCQ na lamang. Sa ilalim ng GCQ, meron tayong tinatawag na COVID-19 Alert Level System. Ito ay bahagi ng pinakabagong Community Quarantine Classification, kung saan may alert level system na nahahati sa 5. Ang level ay nababase sa case transmission, total bed utilization rate at ICU utilization rate ng isang syudad o munisipalidad. Ang bagong classification system ay binuo ng IATF upang mapigilan ang pagkalat ng COVID-19. Ito ay nakabase sa mga alituntunin ng 3C strategy na closed, crowded at close contact. Ang bagong sistema ay sinusubukan pa lang sa Metro Manila gamit ang Alert Level 4. Pero ano nga ba ang mangyayari sa level na ito? Tulad ng dati, mayroon pa ring mga bawal lumabas. Ito ay ang mga taong ang edad ay mababa sa 18 taong gulang. Mga may edad na higit sa 65. Mga may immunodeficiency, comorbidities o iba pang mga health risk. At mga buntis, maliban kung lalabas sila para sa essential goods at services. At kung sila ay nagtatrabaho sa mga industriya o opisina na pinapayagang mag-operate. Maaari namang lumabas ang mga authorized persons outside residence o APOR at ang mga nagtatrabaho sa mga pinapayagang opisina o establishmento. Ang intrazonal o interzonal travel ay pinahihintulutan lamang depende sa LGU ng pupuntahang lugar. Maaari namang mag-ehersisyo ang mga residente sa labas ng kanilang bahay. Kailangan lamang tiyakin na hindi sila lalabas sa kanilang barangay o mga subdivision at panatilihin ang pagsunod sa mga minimum public health standards. Sa ilalim ng Alert Level 4, hindi pinapayagan ang mga sumusunod na aktibidad na high risk for transmission. Pinapayagan pa rin namang mag-operate ang ilang essential stores tulad ng grocery at butika. Para sa mga restaurant, maaaring mag-dine-in sa alfresco o outdoor restaurants pero hanggang 30% capacity lamang. Pinapayagan naman ang indoor dine-in ng 10% capacity pero para lamang sa mga bakunado. Samantala, upang matiyak ang seguridad ng customers, kailangan maglagay pa rin ng acrylic divider sa mga lamesa, magsagawa ng regular na disinfection, at magpatupad ng tamang seating arrangement ang bawat restaurant. Tungkulin rin ng restaurant na tiyakin na ang lahat ng kanilang empleyado ay fully vaccinated. Kagaya ng ibang alert levels, 100% fully operational ang lahat ng take-out delivery services.
Anumang oras ay maaaring magpatupad o magrekomenda ang LGU ng pagbabago sa kapasidad ng kada restaurant depende sa kaso ng COVID-19 sa kanilang bayan. Pinapayagan ang 10% capacity para sa mga indoor barbershop o salon, samantalang 30% capacity naman para sa mga outdoor shops. Kailangan ding tiyakin na lahat ay fully vaccinated at laging sumusunod sa minimum public health standard. Maaari pa ring magsagawa ng lamay, misa, at iba pang religious at necrological activities sa ilalim ng Alert Level 4. Tiyakin lamang na sundin ang 30% capacity para sa outdoor na pwedeng itaas hanggang 40% capacity para sa mga bakunado. Samantalang ang mga pari, pastor, imam o sino mang mag-assist sa simbahan ay kinakailangang fully vaccinated at ang mga lamay ay limitado lamang sa mga immediate family members. Patuloy ding hinihikayat ang mga kumpanya na ipatupad ang work from home arrangement. Habang nananatiling fully operational naman ang mga government agencies, ngunit papayagan lamang ito hanggang 20% on-site capacity. Tandaan, ang mga granular lockdown o alert levels ay pansamantala lamang. Laging sundin ang minimum public health standards para maiwasan ang pagkalat ng virus. Magpabakuna rin tayo kapag nabigyan ng pagkakataon. Makipagtulungan tayo sa ating pamahalaan upang magtagumpay sa ating laban sa pandemyang COVID-19. Stay safe, stay at home. Para sa mga karagdagang impormasyon, i-follow ang mga social media platform ng gobyerno tulad ng DOH, NTF COVID-19 at PCOO.
Nais mo bang magpabakuna? Alam mo bang may mga tinatawag na priority eligible groups? Sa bawat priority group, may mga sektor na nakahanay. Kung ikaw ay kabilang dito, wag nang magdalawang isip pa. Halina't magpabakuna na. Simula Hunyo, sisimula na ang pag-roll out ng mga bakuna sa A5 group o ang mga nabibilang sa indigent population. Ito ay ang mga kabilang sa mahihirap na populasyon base sa listahan ng National Household Targeting System for Poverty Reduction o NHTSPR o iba pang verification mechanisms ng local government units. Kaya kung ikaw ay nabibilang sa grupo na ito, tumawag o makipag-ugnayan sa inyong LGU upang malaman ang mga detalye tungkol sa inyong vaccination program katulad ng petsa, oras at lugar kung saan ka magpapabakuna. Humingi ng medical clearance sa inyong doktor kung ikaw ay may autoimmune disease, HIV, cancer, malignancy, dumaan sa organ transplant, kasalukuyang dumadaan sa steroid treatment o nakaratay sa higaan. Huwag kalimutan ang iyong proof of eligibility o mga dokumentong nagpapatunay na ikaw ay kasama sa priority group na ito. Huwag din kalimutang dalhin ang iyong government ID, pati na ang face mask, face shield, sanitizer at ballpen bago ang iyong vaccination. At paalala, pagkatapos ng pagbabakuna, huwag mag-atubiling magtanong na makaragdagang impormasyon tungkol sa bakuna na ginamit sa iyo. Hingin at itago ang contact information ng personnel na tatawagan kung sakaling ikaw ay makaramdam ng seryosong side effects. Huwag rin kalimutan ang vaccination card at alamin ang petsa ng iyong second dose ng pagbabakuna. Higit sa lahat, ugaliin pa ring sundin ang minimum public health standards tulad ng wastong paghuhugas ng kamay, pagpapanatili ng safe physical distancing, at pagsusuot ng face mask at face shield. Ano pang hinihintay mo? Tara na sa Vida Vaccination!
Alam niyo ba na ang salitang yoyo at ang makabagong bersyon nito ay naimbento ng isang Pilipinong nagngangalang Pedro Flores? Taong 1920s nang dinala ni Flores ang laruang ito sa Estados Unidos. Sinimulan niya ang paggawa nito sa kanyang maliit na pabrika sa California at ipinakita sa mga tao ang iba't ibang tricks ng paggamit nito. Alam mo na, yan ang yoyo!
I'm back! This is Sir Z, your teacher broadcaster.
Magandang araw mga kapantas!
Welcome to Aral TarlakHenyo. How are you today?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, learners of Tarlac.
Good morning, Math Talino Grade 4 learners.
Welcome to Aral TarlakHenyo
here on RTV Tarlac Channel 26.
Simulcast over DCTC
Radio Filipino Tarlac.
I'm Sir Glenn, your teacher broadcaster.
Broadcasting live here at Paniki Tarlac.
Remotely here in Concepcion Tarlac.
Live here at Barangay Pedro Elquines, Mayantok, Tarlac.
Broadcasting live from Ramos National High School.
Your anchor teacher today for grade 9 mathematics.
Your partner in education this time of pandemic.
Good afternoon, learners. Welcome to Aral TarlakHenyo, here on RTV Tarlac, Channel 26, simulcast over DCTZ 828 Radio Filipino Tarlac, and live via Facebook page of RTV Tarlac, Channel 26, Project Shine Aral TarlakHenyo. This is Remily G. Pespes, your teacher broadcaster, bringing you with the different skills in learning beauty care, nail care services, TLE Grade 9. Broadcasting live from Moncada, Tarlac. For your questions and clarifications, just send them at 0968-465-9387. Again, it's 0968-435-9887. For those who are watching via FB Live, type in your message at the comment box. This broadcast is designed for you to have fun, to provide opportunities, and to enjoy while learning some skills in beauty care, nail care services. Please lend me your ears, stay tuned, focus, and happy listening. I hope you are all fine and in safe places. Be reminded that in TLE is the world where you enhance your skills on the application of life skills. At this moment, let's have a short activity because this will help you to discover our lesson for today. You may type your answers at the comment section of our Facebook live streaming. And for those who are listening, you can simply jot down your answers in your notebook or any clean paper. Our activity is entitled Decode the Numbers. In this activity, I want you to use your number skills and vocabulary to decode the number code to reveal the mystery words. As you can see, each number has a corresponding letter. The letters from A to Z correspond the numbers 1 to 26. Convert the set of numbers to determine the words and reveal the mystery words. I will give you 5 seconds for each number to discover the mystery word. It seems that everyone is excited to find out the mystery topic for today. So let us begin. The first code number has two words. These number codes are 16, 1, 18, 1, 6, 6, 9, 14, 23, 1, 24. It is colorless, odorless, tasteless, used in skin softening on hands, cuticles, and feet. What are the mystery words? Your 5 seconds starts now. Very good. It is paraffin wax. The second mystery number codes are 4, 5, 20, 15, 24, 9, 6, 24, 9, 14, 7. It is a traditional pampering technique that rid body toxins absorbed from environmental factors or unhealthy habits. 5 seconds go. Time's up. That's great. The second mystery word is detoxifying. The third mystery codes are 5, 24, 6, 15, 12, 9, 1, 25. The process to wash or rub with granular substance to remove dead cells from the skin. 5 seconds go. Time's up. Brilliant. The mystery word is exfoliate. The fourth mystery word has two words with the number codes 6, 15, 15, 20, 19, 16, 1. It is a relaxing and effective technique that caters to the needs of our feet. 5 seconds go. Time's up. The mystery word are foot spa. You are doing well, learners. And now, the last mystery word is a non-medical procedure in salons or spa hubs that help the body maintains healthy. The number codes are 20, 18, 5, 1, 20, 13, 5, 14, 20. 5 seconds go. Time's up. The mystery word is treatment. Good job, learners. You are all amazing. Do you have any idea what is our topic for today? Any guess? That's right. Our lesson is about applying foot spa treatment. Foot spa or foot spa treatment is a relaxing and effective technique that caters all demands of the feet. It involves soaking the feet in a foot bath with warm water and added salt and essential oils. Scrubbing, detoxifying, cleansing, and applying foot lotion. At the end of the treatment, apply nail paint to the toe nails. Here are the steps in giving foot spa treatment. Step 1. Prepare and use necessary tools, supplies, and materials. It is very important to check the things that you needed before the foot spa treatment. Here's the list of the things that will be needed in foot spa treatment. For supplies and materials, we have the PPE or the personal protective equipment, such as apron, gloves, and masks that are used by the salon attendant. Foot scrub, plastic liners, soap, lukewarm water, lotion, massage oil, sanitizer, new paraffin wax, foot towel, foot soap, alcohol, foot brush, and rubber slippers. For equipment, tools, and accessories, paraffin wax machine, foot spa machine, footstool, footrest, basin, pumice stone, foot file, and mixing bowl. Step 2. Wash feet with warm water and soap before and after scrubbing. Washing clients' feet in warm water emanates unwanted odor and soften rough callus. Step 3. Dry feet with towel and apply with appropriate lotion. Use clean towel to dry client's foot. Change towel for every new client. Ask your client for foot lotion variants in case that your salon have 2 or more, especially for scented lotions. Step 4. Set spa machine to regulate heat and achieve required melting wax. Machines usually have temperature buttons from 1 to 4. Some use the positive and negative signs to control and adjust temperatures. Always remember, dear learners, to check and read manufacturer's guide of machines before using. Step 5. Set and test appropriate temperature for heat tolerance of the client. You may ask the client preference for his or her heat tolerance. Adjust temperature buttons if necessary. Step 6. Soak for 4 seconds for 3 consecutive times in wax and wrap with plastic liners. Make sure that there is air that will penetrate on the foot covered. Step 7. Allow the paraffin wax to remain placed for 10 to 15 minutes. Use a timer to have a standard and positive outcome for treatment. Step 8. Remove wax from foot according to manufacturer's instruction. Step 9. Apply foot softening product and massage according to prescribed procedures. Massaging foot makes your client more relaxed. Follow the steps in foot massage from warm-up twist up to finishing strokes. Step 10. Advise client about service on maintenance program. Informing your clients after service reassures them that you're an expert and they have the confidence to return in the future. Lastly, step number 11, confirm with client desired service outcome and to be recorded. It is very important to know the feedback of your client on how they are satisfied with the service. Any positive or negative insights should be recorded. Any comments or suggestions may be useful for the development of plans of establishment. It is very important to know the safety precautions before and applying for foot spa. Here are some precautions that we need to observe. 1. Analyze the client's record before starting any treatment. Check the client's medical record before the treatment. Previous surgeries or allergies that may cause illness of the client should not proceed to any treatment. Number 2, take proper care of tools. Sanitize tools before and after use. Store it in a clean storage room, properly labeled, and conduct weekly and monthly inventory. 3. Dispose and replace any tool that does not function anymore. 4. Consumable supplies be directly disposed after use to be sure that there is no bacteria and fungus growth. Maintain clean all tools and materials as well as the salon environment itself. Read the instructions carefully on how tools should be used to avoid injury. In case that unfamiliar on how to use the equipment, check the maintenance guide or the manufacturer's guide or ask your teacher's advice. In this time of new normal of learning, we should be innovative on how to learn things even though we are not in our classroom. Here are the steps on how to create a basic foot spa at home. It is an initiative of you learners on how you will perform it creatively to have the best output that you will have. Step 1. Create a relaxing environment. Decide where at home to have a possible location in your family members serves as your client. It can be in your bedroom, bathroom, or living room. Zen, classical, and nature music are very relaxing. You may use scented and aromatic candles, dim lights, or the natural lights come from your window are options to have a peaceful and calming situation. Prepare your supplies like towels, scrubs, lotions, socks, or slippers before the treatment. Step 2. Fill the plastic tub with warm water. Plastic tub and basin are the best options if foot spa machine is not available. You can add marbles or smooth stones in the bottom of the tub so that you can roll your feet over and give yourself a foot massage. Add your desired herbs, salt, or oils. You can now show your creativity in this step. Adding Epsom salt or sea salt, milk bath. Squirt some bubble bath solution if you like bubbles and to soften your feet. Add drops of essential oils for fragrance and aromatherapy. Lemongrass and peppermint are the best options. To soften your feet, use 1 cup of powdered milk and 1 tablespoon of almond oil. Step 4. Soak your feet in the water for 10 to 15 minutes. Sit in a comfortable chair and slip your feet into the tub. Read a book and listen to music to make feel the warm and relax. Step 5. Scrub your feet to exfoliate or use a manicure brush after soaking. Once the 10 to 15 minutes are up, use a manicure brush for the treatment. In the absence of manicure brush, small body brush will do. If you use the foot scrub, be sure to rinse it off using your foot soap water. For callous heels, consider using the pumice stone. Keep your feet over the tub so that you can splash water if necessary. Step 6. Massage your feet. Massage your feet using your hands. You may also use a store-bought massager. Do a massage that feels the best for you. Step 7. Dry your feet and then apply a moisturizer. Dry your feet using a clean towel. Put lotion on it. You can use body butter or a body oil as well. Use a pair of socks to seal the moisturizer on your feet. Step 8. If desired, give yourself a pedicure. Once your feet is dry, wipe your toenails with nail polish remover to get rid of any oils. Apply a base coat. Follow up with desired nail polish color and then seal it with a clear top coat. Then let it dry. Wait for at least 30 to 45 minutes wearing any closed-toe shoes after polish application. Okay, class, let's wrap up for today's lesson. There are 11 steps in giving food spot treatment. Step 1, prepare and use necessary tools, supplies, materials. Step 2, wash feet with warm water and soap before and after scrubbing. Step 3, dry your feet with towel and apply appropriate lotion. Step 4, set a foot spa machine to regulate heat and achieve required melting wax. Step 5, set and test appropriate temperature for heat tolerance of client. Step 6, soak foot for 4 seconds for 3 consecutive times in wax and wrap with plastic liners. Step 7, allow the paraffin wax to remain in place for 10 to 15 minutes. Step 8, remove the wax from the foot according to manufacturer's instruction. Step 9, apply foot softening product and massage according to prescribed. Step 10, advise client after service on maintenance program. Lastly, step 11, confirm with client desired service outcome and to be recorded. And to have a continuous growth of learning in new normal of education, tasks perform at home to enable to have a deeper understanding of lessons. Here are the steps on how to create basic foot spa at home. Step 1, create a relaxing environment. 2, fill the plastic tub with warm water. 3, add your desired herbs, salts, or oils. Soak your feet in the water for 10 to 15 minutes. Scrub your feet to exfoliate or use a manicure brush after soaking. 6, massage your feet. And 7, dry your feet and then apply moisturizer. And last but not the least, if desired, you can give yourself a pedicure. Let's now check what you've learned from our today's lesson. All you need is to provide paper and pen to answer the activity on the screen. And for those who tune in our FB live streaming, you can use the comment box section to answer the activity. Listen very carefully. The direction is, read the statement carefully, write true if the statement is correct, and false if it is not. Question number 1. Preparing the proper tools, equipment, and supplies are necessary before starting the foot spa treatment. Question 2. Tools should always sterilize every after use to ensure that it is free from any bacteria. 3. Rock sounds are used during the treatment service to enable to relax the client. Question number 4. Adding fragrant oils, herbs, and herb salts depends on the client's preferences. And question number 5. Using pumice stone may reduce calluses on foot heel. Okay, class, let's check your answers. The correct answers are number 1, 2, true. Number 2, true. Number 3, false. Number 4, true. And number 5, true. Did you get all the correct answers? If yes, excellent performance. You did great today. I hope you substantially learned from today's lesson. Before we end our today's lesson, kindly copy your assignment. Choose a family member as your client and perform a foot spa treatment. Refer to the rubric of performance for evaluation of the activity. Highest score for each dimension is 5 and the lowest is 1. Do it honestly and sincerely in accomplishing a scoring rubric. Performance rubric. We have 4 dimensions and 5 points is scoring points. 5 points are highly skilled, 4 points as skilled, 3 points as moderately skilled, 2 points as unskilled, and 1 point for no attempt in doing the performance task. Dimension number 1, use of tools, equipment, and materials, 5 points, appropriate selection, preparation, and use of materials, tools, equipment all the time. 4 points, appropriate selection, preparation, and use of materials, tools most of the time. 3 points, appropriate selection, preparation of materials, tools, equipment some of the time. 2 points, never select, prepare, use materials and tools, equipment. 1 point, no attempt using tools, equipment. Dimension number 2, application of procedures. 5 points, systematic application of procedures all the time without supervision. 4 points, systematic application of procedures all the time with minimum supervision. 3 points, systematic application of procedures all the time with constant supervision. 2 points for never follows a systematic procedures and highly developed on supervision. And 1 point for no attempt to apply procedures in the project. Dimension number 3, safety work habits. 5 points for highly self-motivated and observe most safely precautions at all times. 4 points, self-motivated and observe most safety precaution most of the time. 3 points, self-motivated and observe most safety precautions some of the time. 2 points, needs to be motivated and does not observe precautions. And 1 point, no motivation and totally disregards precaution. And the last dimension is the speed time. 5 points, who will work ahead of time. 4 points, who will work finish meets deadline. 3 points, work finish close to the deadline. 2 points, work finish may beyond the deadline. And 1 point for no concept at all. All right, class, before I end the lesson for today, great job to you learners. Always remember that every day is a blessing, even though we encounter a not so good day that may affect us physically and emotionally. I would like to share this Bible verse from Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 17. I will restore health to you and heal you of your wounds, says the Lord. Once again, I am Teacher Remily of San Julian Santa Maria High School, Grade 9 TLE Anchor Teacher for today, saying in TLE, we aim for skills, knowledge, and progress. Thank you and God bless us all.
Good morning, grade 5 learners.
How are you today?
Welcome to Aral TarlakHenyo here on RTV Tarlac, Channel 26.
Simulcast over DCTC, Radyo Pilipino, Tarlac.
I am Sir Joshua Evaristo, your teacher broadcaster,
aiming to give you another fun-filled learning experience,
serving you with the different skills to learn and have fun together.
In Professor On Air and Online. Kasama si Professor Willie Perez. Isang oras na kaalaman, isang oras na makabuluhan. Professor On Air. Mamangha at tumawa sa mga tips at trivia. Sa gabay at tanong, sagot ka rin niya. Professor On Air and Online. Kasama si Professor Willie Perez. Tuwing Sabado, alas 10 hanggang alas 11 ng umaga. Mapapakinggan sa Radyo Pilipino at mapapanood sa RTV Tarlac, Channel 26. Professor On Air. Radyo Pilipino. Impormasyong may kalidad, serbisyong may halaga, saan mang bahagi ng Pilipinas. On air. On air. Saan mang bahagi ng mundo. Online. Online. Ano mang uri ng pamumuhay. Kasama. Katuwang. Kapinoy. Kabahagi mo. Kabahagi mo. Radyo Pilipino. Radyo Pilipino.
A blessed and good day, my grade 9 learners from all over the Schools Division of Tarlac Province. Welcome to Aral TarlakHenyo Year 2 here on RTV Tarlac Channel 26. Simulcast over DZTC Radyo Pilipino Tarlac. And yes, I am your teacher broadcaster, Sir Jello Cordova, who will be with you in this 25-minute informative and educational broadcast about our lesson for health grade 9 for the second quarter. I would also like to welcome all the listeners, especially to all the students, our supportive parents, and valuable stakeholders that this radio and TV broadcast may reach. It is indeed a great honor and privilege to become part of your learning process in the new normal. Time check, ladies and gentlemen, it is exactly 4:30 in the afternoon, and you are watching Aral TarlakHenyo here on RTV Tarlac Channel 26, simulcast over DZTC Radyo Pilipino Tarlac via remote live broadcast from Maliwalo, Tarlac City. And before we start, I just want to make some important reminders helpful during this broadcast. Make sure that you are in a quiet, relaxed, and comfortable place when listening. Make sure that you have a copy of your module, compendium of notes, or learning activity sheets to better understand our lesson for today. Our lesson for today is about prevention and control of substance use and abuse. Particularly, we will be discussing concepts about mode of treatment in treating drug dependence. Are you all now ready for a new session of learning and discovery with Teacher Jello? Great! I guess you are all now prepared and excited to learn. Let's go! An important reminder to all our listeners, especially to all our dear students and parents, please feel free to ask questions during and after this broadcast, but make sure that you participate in a respectful manner. You can post your questions, clarifications, and queries via FB live stream of Aral TarlakHenyo here on RTV Tarlac Channel 26 or post a message on our class group chat or through SMS. You can message me directly, your teacher broadcaster, on my number. That's 0909-971-4402. I'll try my best to answer all your questions, queries, and clarifications before our broadcast ends. Once again, you can reach me through number 0909-971-4402. I am looking forward to receive questions and clarifications from you about our discussion for today. Our previous lesson in Health 9 was about the short-term and long-term effects of substance use and abuse. This is our last lesson for the second quarter in Health 9, and that is why I want to show some photos with you. Kindly observe them, and later on we will have a sit rep on the picture or a situation report about the pictures. Are you guys ready? All right, here's the first group of photos. I want you to analyze, describe, and compare the pictures and take note of their differences. Here are the guide questions. Number 1, what are the pictures all about? Number 2, what are the distinct characteristics of each set of pictures? I want you to prepare your answer, and later on, we will get back to these photos. For our short activity before the lesson, please refer to your learning activity sheet. I have here jumbled words, and I want you to arrange them. Let's see what words we are going to form. Afterwards, I'll give you ideas and insight about these words. The activity is entitled Identify Me. I am going to read some of your responses after each number via FB livestream, so get ready. Here are the first set of letters. I'll be giving you 10 seconds to answer this jumbled word. And what is the word formed with these letters? Very good, Liam Carl. The correct answer is treatment. Treatment. This refers to the administration or application of remedies to a patient with a disease and mental condition. The next set of letters are, what is the word formed in these letters? Good job, Rain. The correct answer is therapy. Therapy, it is a treatment to help a person get better from the effect of a disease or an injury such as mental or psychological disorders by psychological means. Next, the third letters are. And what is the word formed with these letters? You got it right, Samantha. The correct answer is drug abuse. It refers to the habitual taking of addictive, illegal drugs. It is also the use of illegal drugs or prescription drugs for the purpose other than those for which they are meant to be used. And the last set of letters are. And the correct answer is rehabilitation. It is the action of restoring someone to health or normal life through training and therapy after imprisonment, addiction, or illness. Now, the question is, what and how can you contribute to the betterment of the community you live in? Are you doing something good to maintain the environment? Or are you contributing to the worsening of your community? Well, I hope not. And I pray that in your own little ways, you can help save your community with regards to the prevention and control of substance use and abuse. And going back to the pictures posted before the lesson, number 1, what are the pictures all about? Number 2, what are the distinct characteristics of each set of pictures? All right, here is the first slide. I have a response here coming from Fatima. She said, it is a picture of a healthy family and they are having their bonding time. Very good. What else? According to Rommel, a group of happy people. And lastly, from Kimberly, the man is having an exercise routine. Very good observations, guys. It is a picture of a healthy person and family, and the other one is doing exercises to be physically fit. How about on the second group of photos? What can you say about them? According to Matthew, the second group of photos shows a stressed and bothered man. Very good observation, Matthew. What else? And a response coming from Micah. She said, a depressed and unhealthy woman due to possible drug abuse. Great. I am so glad to know that you have a wide idea of our topic for today, which is the mode of treatment in prevention and control of substance use and abuse. Once again, you are watching Aral TarlakHenyo here on RTV Channel 26, simulcast over DZTC Radio Filipino. And now, as we continue our lesson in drug use and abuse in Health 9, this time, let us discuss the different mode of treatment in prevention and control of substance use and abuse. The different mode of treatment in treating drug dependence. Drug addiction is a chronic disease characterized by compulsive and uncontrollable behavior, harmful consequences, and changes in brain, which can be long-lasting. There are various modes of treating drug dependence, and each mode is effective on its own. Rehabilitation centers may apply several modes during the period of confinement. The number 1 is eclectic approach. This approach uses a holistic approach in the treatment process. The professional skills and services of the rehabilitation staffs are made available. Eclectic approach addresses different personality aspects of the patients geared toward their rehabilitation and recovery from the dependency. And the benefit of eclectic therapy. Eclectic therapy can have a number of important benefits. These include individual or individualized approach. This approach in therapy is so adaptable. Your therapist can design a treatment plan and that is suited to your specific and unique needs. Number 2, engagement. The use of multiple techniques may help people feel more interested and engaged in the therapy process. Number 3, flexible. Your therapist can assess your needs and select the approaches and techniques they think they will help you the most. It is possible to switch between techniques to address one or more needs. Number 2, spiritual approach. This approach uses Bible teachings as a source of inspiration to change drug dependence. The approach looks at drug abuse as a sin. It also teaches patients to turn away from the evil way of drug addiction and renew their connection with God. Research has repeatedly demonstrated that spiritually can have a positive effect on recovery from many diseases and disorders. It is known the precise source of this effect, whether recovery does indeed originate because of a power greater than ourselves. Next is the therapeutic community approach. This approach views drug addiction as a manifestation of a more complex psychological problem. The treatment is highly structured program wherein the community is used to foster change in attitude and behavior. Role modeling and peer pressure play important parts in the program. The approach teaches personal responsibility, positive self-image, importance of human community, and cooperation among community members. Its goal is to turn patients into a responsible citizen. Therapeutic community approach views addiction as a symptomatic manifestation of a more complex psychological problem rooted in an interplay of emotional, social, and spiritual values. And the therapeutic community approach, the goal of every therapeutic community is to change the patient's self-destructive thinking and behavioral pattern. Teach them personalized or personal responsibility, positivitize their self-image, create a sense of human community, and provide an environment in which human beings can grow and take responsibility and credit for the growth. The next one is the Hazelden, Minnesota model. This model views any form of addiction as a disease. That is an involuntary condition caused by various factors outside an individual's control. The program consists of instructive lectures, cognitive behavioral psychology, and this approach teaches a set of values and beliefs about the powerlessness of persons over drugs, and turning to a higher power to help them overcome a disease. Psychologists, psychiatrists, and patients help each other in this program. And the last one is the multidisciplinary team approach. This approach utilizes professional skills and services of a team composed of psychiatrists, psychologists, social workers, occupational therapists, and other related disciplines in cooperation with the immediate family of the drug dependent. And now, to wrap up the lessons we had today and to refresh your memories, we have defined the jumbled words related to drug prevention. We also discussed about the different modes of treatment in the prevention and control of drug use and abuse, including the eclectic approach, the spiritual approach, therapeutic community approach, Hazelden, Minnesota model, and the multidisciplinary team approach. All right, this time, to check your understanding about our lesson for today, we will have a short quiz. And the direction is identify the various modes of treating drug dependence. Number 1, this approach utilizes professional skills and services of a team composed of psychiatrists, psychologists, social workers, and others. Number 2, this model views any form of addiction as a disease that is an involuntary condition caused by various factors outside an individual's control. Number 3, this approach views drug addiction as a manifestation of a more complex psychological problem. Number 4, this approach uses Bible teachings as a source of inspiration to change drug dependence. And last number 5, this approach uses a holistic approach in the treatment process. It addresses different personality aspects of the patients. I will be giving you an ample time to answer these questions. Okay, let us try to check your answers. Here are the key answers. Number 1, the answer is multidisciplinary team approach. Number 2, Hazelden, Minnesota model. Number 3, therapeutic community approach. Number 4, spiritual approach. Number 5, eclectic approach. All right. I hope you got each item correctly. And for those who are not, there will always be a next time. What is important is that you have tried hard and you have been honest in answering. And your activity for today's discussion, kindly refer to your learners' activity sheets. This will be your assignment for today's broadcast. The title of the activity is What's on Your Mind? Think of a creative way on how to make a slogan about prevention and control of substance use and abuse. After all the ideas and information given to you, I am pretty sure that you can create a beautiful and meaningful output for this activity. You will be graded according to this criteria: relevance, 40%, creativity, 30%, neatness of work, 30%, for a total of 100%. You can submit your output online to your teachers or submit it on Friday during the schedule of retrieval and distribution of modules in your schools for modular learners. I hope you have learned a lot today. I am Sir Jello Cordova, your teacher broadcaster for today. Once again, don't forget to watch us live on Facebook from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. from Monday to Friday for more radio-based lessons based on the most essential learning competencies. Please also take time to like and share our Facebook page. That's RTV Tarlac Channel 26. Once again, this has been your teacher Jello saying stay home, stay safe, and never ever let your guard down against COVID-19. Thank you for watching. Until next time, and have a great day.
Bahagi mo Radyo Pilipino saan mang bahagi ng Pilipinas, saan mang bahagi ng mundo, anumang uri ng pamumuhay, kabahagi mo Radyo Pilipino. Radyo Pilipino sumasahim papawid sa DWPR 1296 Dagupan, DZTC 828 Tarlac, DZLT 1188 Lucena, DZYN 1539 Mindoro, DWRL 1080 Legazpi, DWRN 657 Naga, DYRB 540 Cebu, DYRL 1035 Bacolod, DYRN 1134 Dumaguete, DXCO 1044 Cagayan de Oro, DXGS 765 General Santos, DXOC 1494 Ozami, DXOW 981 Davao at Radio Filipino Podcast Center Manila. Ito ang kabahagi mo Radyo Pilipino, napapakinggan on air and online sa buong mundo sa pamamagitan ng www.radiopilipino.com. Radiopilipino.com. Impormasyong may kalidad at serbisyong may halaga. Kasama, katuwang, kapinoy. Kabahagi mo. Radyo Pilipino. Radyo Pilipino.
niyo ba na ang Pilipinas ay mayroong 7,641 islands? Mula sa bilang na 7,107 islands, nadagdagan ito ng 534 na isla noong 2017. Tanging 2,000 lamang sa mga islang ito ang natitirhan. Alam niyo na! Yan ang mga isla sa Pilipinas.
Gutom ka ba sa impormasyon? May namiss ka bang subject at leksyon? Gusto mo bang alalahanin ang nakaraan o dagdagan ang iyong kaalaman? Lahat yan alamin natin because the professor is in. Professor on air and online. Kasama si Professor Willie Perez. Isang oras na kaalaman, isang oras na makabuluhan. Professor on air. Mamangha at tumawa sa mga tips at trivia. Sa gabay at tanong, sagot ka rin niya. Professor on air and online. Kasama si Professor Willie Perez. Tuwing Sabado, alas 10 hanggang alas 11 ng umaga. Mapapakinggan sa Radyo Pilipino at mapapanood sa RTV Tarlac Channel 26. Professor on air.
Sa pagnanais na mapigilan ng ating pamahalaan ang pagdami ng bilang ng mga kaso ng COVID-19, binuo ang One Hospital Command Center o OHCC upang mas mabilis na matugunan ang medikal na pangangailangan ng ating mga kababayan. Bukas ang OHCC 24 oras araw-araw. Tumawag lamang sa mga hotline nito sa 0919-977-3333 o 0915-777-7777 o 02-886-50500. Maaari ring i-download ang Pure Force Citizens app sa Android o iOS upang mabilis na matugunan ang sinumang nangangailangan. Layon din ng OHCC na maiwasang mapuno ang kapasidad ng bawat ospital. Kaya't kung ikaw ay kinakailangang tumawag sa OHCC, mabibigyan ka ng libreng preliminary consultation. Para sa mga nangangailangan ng emergency quick response, makikipag-ugnayan ang OHCC sa DOH-Bed Tracker at sa mga ospital upang makahanap agad ng pinakamalapit na bakanteng ospital. Ang transportasyon o ambulansya naman ng ospital na inirefer ng OHCC sa pasyente ang siyang susundo sa bahay nito. Kaya't kapag ikaw ay nakakaranas ng anumang sintomas ng COVID-19 o nangangailangan ng agarang tulong medikal, tumawag lamang sa OHCC at handa silang tumulong sa lahat ng oras.
This is my story.
Ano ang kwento ng buhay mo? Malungkot? Masaya? May kababalaghan? O puno ng aksyon? Ang bawat kwento ng kapwa nating Pilipino ay mahalaga. This is my story. Sama-sama nating ibahagi ito upang magbigay aral at inspirasyon sa ating lahat. This is my story.
This is my story.
Hosted by Mitch Desunia tuwing Sabado alas 3 hanggang alas 4 ng hapon. Mapapakinggan dito sa Radyo Pilipino at mapapanood sa RTV Tarlac Channel 26.
This is my story.
Alright, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Welcome to Aral TarlakHenyo here on RTV Tarlac Channel 26, simulcast over DCTC Radio Filipino Tarlac. I am Arthur Gomez Soto, your nurse broadcaster for today's special episode for Health Hour. Muli, isang mapagpalang umaga po sa ating lahat, lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga tagapakinig at tagapanood. Napaka-special po ang araw na ito dahil malalaman na po natin ang tamang impormasyon tungkol sa nalalapit na COVID-19 vaccination sa edad na 5 hanggang 11 taong gulang. At syempre, napakapalad po nating lahat, no? Dahil andito po ang isa sa mga school nurse ng ating kagawaran ng edukasyon mula sa ating probinsya ng Tarlac. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a virtual clap, Nurse Jennifer S. Ong. Nurse Jen, magandang hapon po.
Yes, magandang hapon naman sa iyo, Nurse Arthur, no? So bago ko simulan ang aking discussion, gusto ko lang batiin ang ating School Division Superintendent, Dr. Rolando A. Pozon, ang ating Assistant School Division Superintendent, Dr. Armando Capili and Dr. Maria Vega, ang ating Chief Educator Supervisor, Dr. Paulino Depano and Dr. Noel Linsao, ang ating Medical Officer 3, Dr. Marie Len Manalo, ang ating Public District Supervisors, District Education Program Specialists, Division Office Unit Heads, ang ating Senior Education Specialists, School Heads, Teaching and Non-Teaching Staff, ang ating mga mag-aaral, at syempre ang lahat ng nanonood at nakikinig ngayong hapon na ito. Isang maganda at malusog na hapon sa inyong lahat. Muli, ako po si Jennifer Ong, isa sa mga DEPED nurses ng ating probinsya o natinalaga na magbigay ng basic information regarding sa COVID-19 vaccination sa edad 5 hanggang 11 taong gulang. Alam mo ba, Nurse Arthur, na simula nung nagkaroon ng COVID-19 vaccination program sa ating bansa, sinabi ng ating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte na lahat tayo ay magkakaroon ng safe, effective, and free vaccines for all Filipinos. At sinabi nga rin na magkakaroon ng equitable access for poor countries and communities. So ang ibig sabihin nun, lahat tayo ay may oportunidad na magkaroon ng additional protection at mapigilan ang pagkalat ng COVID-19 infection sa ating bansa. At sinabi rin ng ating mabuting Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr. na ang implementasyon ng COVID-19 vaccine program sa ating bansa ay hindi lamang responsibilidad ng national government, kundi ito ay whole of a government and whole of nation approach. Ibig sabihin lang nun, dapat tulong-tulong ang lahat ng ahensya ng gobyerno at lahat ng Pilipino upang maging successful ang programang ito para din matapos ang pandemya, di ba?
Ayan, so yun nga ma'am, no, ma'am Nurse Jennifer, napakaganda kasi ang ating presidente, no, na ipakita sa atin na equality, health for all, and then also to our secretary, Carlito Galvez, na kung saan talagang kailangan ng bawat individual ang kooperasyon para sa ganun ay maisakatuparan natin ang I guess parang zero cases of COVID-19 sa ating Pilipinas.
Tama ka dyan, Nurse Arthur. At alam mo ba, nung nagsimula ang COVID-19 vaccination program, nagkaroon tayo ng prioritization sa ating mga target population. Nauna, dyan ang ating mga frontline health workers. Sumunod dyan ang ating mga senior citizens, patients with comorbidities. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mga individual na merong mga ibang sakit. Then, sumunod po ang ating mga uniform and essential workers, ang ating poor population, rest of adult population na edad 18 years old and above. At sumunod din ang ating pediatric population na 12 to 17 years old. At syempre, ang ating hinihintay ngayon na vaccination for children age 5 to 11 years old. Alam mo ba, Nurse Arthur, na dito sa vaccination ng 5 to 11 years old, merong tatlong bagay or tatlong impormasyon na gusto ko talagang maalala ng ating mga tagapagpakinig at lahat ng mga nanonood. Unang-una, ang COVID vaccine, katulad ng mga ibang bakuna, ay nagbibigay ng additional protection against COVID-19 infection. Ibig sabihin, sabi ng mga eksperto sa ating mga studies, pag nagkaroon ka daw, pag nabakunahan ka ng COVID-19 vaccine, mapaprevent niya na magkaroon ng severe infection. At according din sa Philippine Medical Association and ating Pediatric Society of the Philippines, na mapiprevent ang multi-system inflammatory syndrome na pwedeng mag-lead sa kamatayan. At syempre, potentially din ma-reduce ang transmission ng COVID-19 infection sa ating community na syempre makakatulong din para makapag-return na tayo sa ating normal activities. Syempre, di ba, lahat tayo gusto na natin magkaroon ng face-to-face activities. Tama ba, Nurse Arthur?
Ayan, so itong implementation for our vaccines for age 5 to 11 years old ay napakagandang susi, no, para sa ganun ay maisakatuparan nga dun sa ating pagmimisyon, lalong-lalo na dun sa ating eventual expansion ng face-to-face. Kaya naman alam naman nating lahat, no, ang immune system ng ating mga bata or ang ating mga kabataan ay medyo mababa. So for this COVID-19 vaccines ay isa siyang tulong para sa ganun ay ma-boost ang kanilang immune system and against also to other infections.
Tama ka dyan, Nurse Arthur. Ang pangalawang impormasyon naman na gusto kong alalahanin ng ating mga nakikinig ngayong araw na ito, a smaller vaccine dose will be given. So, ang ating FDA ay nagbigay ng emergency use authorization sa Pfizer na brand wherein mabibigyan ng 10 micrograms na concentration ng ating 5 to 11. Pero kung papansinin niyo, nagkaroon tayo ng Pfizer brand din sa mga nabakunahan ng 12 years old and above. Actually, mas mataas ang concentration niya, which is 30 microgram compared sa ating mga mababakunahan for 5 to 11. Wherein 10 micrograms, wherein 0.2 ml ang ibibigay kada turok sa mga bata na 2 doses din, pero meron tayong 3 weeks interval from the first dose. Diba yung mga 12 years old and above is 0.3 ml where na 2 doses and 3 weeks din interval. So sa ngayon, 0.2 ml ang maibibigay sa ating mga kabataan.
Ayan, so yun dun sa 5 to 11, no? Correct me if I'm wrong, Ma'am Jen, no? So kapag dun sa 5 to 11 natin, 0.2 ml ang ibibigay natin, okay? Meron siyang 2 doses na interval ng 3 weeks. Dun sa ating namang 12 years old and above, which is 0.3 ml, okay? Tama, 30 micrograms, na kung saan meron din siyang same na 2 doses and meron siyang 3 weeks na interval. Tama ba ako, Nurse Jen?
Tama ka dyan, Nurse Arthur. At para mas madali at hindi mahirapan ng ating vaccination team, ang Pfizer for 12 to 12 and above ng ating mga target population, ang kulay ng lalagyanan ng bakuna ay may purple cap, habang ang mga 5 to 11 years old is orange cap, para mas madaling ma-distinguish kung para saan yung para sa 5 to 11 years old.
Wow, ang ganda, no? Ayan, so we are very thankful sa Pfizer, no, na kung saan talagang distinguish, kasi baka kasi iisipin ng mga magulang na sabay-sabay yung 5 to 11, 12 years old and above, hindi natin alam na especially for those nurses na nagbibigay ng ating vaccines na ano ba, orange ba, violet, na kung saan talagang in-specify ng Pfizer kung ano yung talagang intended for 5 to 11 and also for 12 years old and above. Tama ba, Nurse Jen?
Tama ka dyan, Nurse Arthur. And syempre, yung pangatlong impormasyon na gusto kong iparating, na ang COVID-19 vaccine is safe and effective. Alam mo ba na may grupo ng mga eksperto na nag-usap-usap bago sila magbigay ng recommendation sa ating gobyerno kung pwede bang mabigyan ang ating mga target population. Ito ay binubuo ng ating Vaccine Expert Panel, ang ating Philippine FDA, Health Technology Assessment Council, ang National Immunization Technical Advisory Group, and ang National Adverse Event Following Immunization Committee. So, nakita natin na talagang pinag-iisipan nilang mabuti, na hindi lang siya isang beses pinag-isipan, maraming beses bago silang magbigay ng rekomendasyon sa ating gobyerno. At yun nga, noong December 22, 2021, the FDA issued the Emergency Use Authorization for Pfizer. So Pfizer lang yung brand na binigyan ng EUA sa ngayon para mabigyan ang COVID-19 vaccine ng ating mga kabataan na 5 hanggang 11 years old po.
Ayan, talagang join force, Nurse Jen, no? Mula dun sa pag-implementasyon, dun sa pagbibigay ng mga bakuna, dun sa ating delivery, and also dun sa ating dissemination of information, ay talaga namang join force lahat ng ang ating institutions or ang ating departamento. Para sa ganun ay talaga namang napakaganda nung ating pagbibigay ng bakuna, especially for right now dun sa ating mga bata from 5 to 11 years old.
Tama ka dyan, Nurse Arthur. At alam mo ba, masaya akong iparating sa lahat ng mga nakikinig at mga manonood na ang Philippine Pediatric Society at ang Philippine Pediatric Infectious Disease Society of the Philippines at ang ating Philippine Medical Association ay nagbigay ng recommendation na dapat mabigyan ang mga kabataan ng 5 to 11 years of age ng COVID-19 vaccination. Dahil nga katulad ng nabanggit mo kanina, na ang mga kabataan na sa ganyang edad ay hindi pa ganun ka-develop ang kanilang immune system. At syempre, pwede rin silang magkasakit. At worst, pwede rin silang ma-admit sa mga hospital.
Ayan, so very thankful tayo dun sa mga department na meron tayo, like for example, the Pediatric Society of the Philippines, as well as the Philippine Medical Society, at ang iba pa na kung saan talaga namang pinag-aralan para po sa ganun. Lahat naman tayo, ang gusto naman natin ay maprotektahan ng ating mga kabataan, especially our young children. Kaya nga po talaga namang maisusulong po natin itong COVID-19 vaccinations po.
Tama ka, at para masiguro din na mabigay ng tama ang bakuna at talagang may ifina-follow na uniform na guidelines ng ating vaccination team at ma-inform lahat ng mga concerned na agency, ang Department of Health ay nag-draft ng Department Memorandum number 2022-0041 or yung operational guidelines kung paano maibigay, ano yung mga consideration para sa pediatric population na vaccination for the ages 5 to 11 years old. So actually, Sir Arthur, alam mo ba na ang guidelines nito ay halos katulad din naman sa mga pagbabakuna ng Pfizer sa 12 years old and above. Ang pinagkaiba nga lang dito, katulad ng naibanggit ko kanina, is yung formulation ng bakuna na ibibigay. Kasi mas smaller yung dosage na ibibigay natin sa ating target group, which is yung mga 5 to 11 years old na may parental consent and child assent.
Ayan, so additional lang yun, no? So napakaganda itong Department Memorandum number 2022-0041 na kung saan it will now serves as our blueprint. Tayong mga nagbabakuna, yung mga bibigyan ng mga bakuna ang mga magulang. So napakaganda, Nurse Jen, itong ating Department Memorandum number 2022-0041 na kung saan ay magiging basehan po natin at also guidelines po.
Tama ka dyan. At sigurado nagtatanong yung mga magulang, ay paano kaya yung mga anak ko may sakit, ganyan-ganyan. Pwede kaya sila mabakunahan? Alam mo, mga katulad ng mga naunang department memorandum na nabigyan ng mga Pfizer vaccines or ibang bakuna, kailangan ng medical certification sa isang licensed doctor ang mga sumusunod na nakikita nyo sa inyong screen, which is yung medical complexity, genetic conditions, neurologic conditions, metabolic and endocrine diseases, cardiovascular diseases, obesity, HIV infection, tuberculosis, chronic respiratory diseases o yung mga sakit sa baga natin, sakit sa bato, sakit sa atay, at ating mga immunocompromised individual. Sila yung mga nagkikimotherapy at nagda-dialysis. Actually, meron tayong mga available na mga IEC materials o yung information, education, communication materials na available po sa ating DEPED Facebook page and also sa ating DOH page po. And syempre, sigurado, nagtatanong sila, no, ano kaya yung lahat ba talaga ng 5 to 11 is kailangan mabakunahan? Actually, hindi naman po, per schedule po yan. Dahil merong mga bata na edad 5 to 11 na pwede pong ma-reschedule ang pagbabakuna kasi under sila ngayon ng quarantine o isolation dahil sa COVID-19. After po nun, pwede na po silang ma-reschedule at hintayin na lang nila siguro ang advisory ng kanya-kanyang local government unit. Ang mga sanggol naman na edad 4 years old, sanggol at mga edad 4 years of age, sa ngayon, wala pa tayong binababa na mga guidelines na pwede na silang mabakunahan. Sa ngayon, ang mababakunahan pa lang sa susunod na mga araw at linggo ay ang mga edad 5 to 11 years of age. Siyempre, yung mga bata din na mga may allergy sa sangkap ng bakuna, katulad ng polyethylene glycol or yung PEG or yung polysorbate. So ito yung mga, baka sabihin, ano ba yun? Napaka-technical naman ng term. Actually, yun yung mga component na meron sa ating mga cosmetic products like lipstick.
Ayan. So going back, no, Nurse Jen, dun sa mga possible o dapat kailangan ng mga medical certificate. And we are very thankful, Nurse Jen, to you, no, na kung saan ipinakita mo sa amin kung ano yung mga possible at dapat merong mga medical certificate kapag sila ay pupunta dun sa ating mga vaccination site, no? Kasi baka naman kasi ang daming mga parents na ganyan na nag-aalala na yung anak ko meron siyang sakit sa bato, mga ganyan, na kung saan talaga nangangamba, no, na kung saan ay ayaw nang ipabakuna yung kanilang anak. Pero sabi mo nga kanina, by the use or sa tulong ng ating mga licensed physician, they can be able to give them the certificate para po sa ganun ay mabakunahan ang kanilang mga anak. And also itong mga hindi maaaring bakunahan, no, na kung saan ay pinakita mo sa amin para sa ganun ay talaga namang aware ang mga parents with regards on these restrictions. Thank you.
Tama ka dyan, Nurse Arthur. Siyempre, pag gusto rin nating mabigyan impormasyon ng ating mga viewers, ating mga tagapagpakinig, kung ano yung mga dapat gawin bago, habang at pagkatapos ng pagbabakuna laban sa COVID-19. So unang-una, bago magpabakuna, ano yung mga dapat na gawin? Siyempre, kailangan kumain ng tama at masustansya, hindi lamang ng batang babakunahan, pati nung kasama niyang parent or guardian. Pangalawa, dapat uminom sila ng sapat na tubig at matulog ng sapat at siguraduhin nakapagpahinga sila. Kasi baka mamaya pagdating nila sa vaccination site kung saan ginaganap ang pagbabakuna, ay bigla silang mahimatay, bigla silang manghina, bigla silang mauhaw. Kasi 'di ba, pag yung hindi ka nakapag-prepare ng gano'n, baka bumaba po ang ating mga resistensya.
Ayan, yun ang nakakatakot, Nurse Jen. Baka naman kasi nahilo yung bata right after the vaccination, hindi pala na-prepare ng maayos ng magulang yung kanyang anak. Like for example, hindi pinakain ng maayos, hindi siya nakatulog, hindi nakainom ng sapat na tubig, no? Kaya nga ito, we are very much thankful once again, no? Ano yung mga dapat tandaan bago magpabakuna ang bata?
Tama ka dyan. And syempre sa araw naman ng pagbabakuna, ano yung mga dapat dalhin? Syempre dapat, di ba, meron tayong pina-follow from DOH na Bida Solution Plus. So di ba yung bawal ang walang face mask. So dapat naka-face mask po ang ating bata and of course yung kasama po niyang magulang or guardian. And maaari din po sila magdala ng sarili nilang hand sanitizer or alcohol. Kahit doon sa mismong vaccination site, meron din pong alcohol na nandoon. Pero magandang may sarili, di ba po? At magdala rin po ng sariling ballpen para din syempre isa rin yun sa mga ways para po maiwasan ang transmission. Next naman po is kailangan lang nilang dalhin yung mga dapat na dokumento nagpapatunay na sila ang magulang at yung proof ng filiation or yung proof ng relasyon nila sa bata or kaanak sa pagitan ng bata at magulang or ng tagapag-alaga. At syempre ang medical certificate kung sakaling may sakit yung isang bata.
Ayan, muli, maraming salamat dun sa mga informations na kung saan dapat dalhin ng ating mga magulang, no? Kasi base dun sa experience namin sa school, nung nagbakunahan kami ng 12 to 17 years old, ay may mga magulang na kulang yung mga informations or mga documents na kanilang dala. Kaya yun po, no, pinapaalala po namin dun sa mga kailangan na documents na dadalhin ng ating mga magulang. And also, I guess, Nurse Jen, no, we can post to our FB page kung ano pa yung mga possible na mga IDs or valid IDs na pwedeng dalhin ng ating mga magulang para sa ganun ay talaga namang concrete. Kasi hindi tayo basta-basta nababakuna na lack of informations or lack of documents. Tama ba ako, Nurse Jen?
Tama ka dyan. At malaking tulong na magpo-post po tayo sa ating social media. Mabigyan din po ang copy ang ating mga teaching and non-teaching staff. Actually, yung pinaka-basic na data lang naman na document na kailangan nilang dalhin, isang government-issued ID plus original or certified true copy ng kanilang birth certificate ng kanilang anak or yung PSA. Yun yung maka-basic. Pero yung mga alternative naman na dokumento, tama ka, ipopost na lang natin sa ating Facebook page.
Ayan, thank you.
And next naman, syempre, di ba, pagdating natin sa mismong araw ng bakuna, dapat alam din natin kung anong i-expect nating itsura or magiging proseso sa mismong vaccination day para hindi tayo mabigla at pati yung bata hindi ma-stress. So, ano po ba ang proseso ng pagbabakuna? So, first po is meron po tayong registration wherein doon, ito na rin po ang ating waiting area. Dito pa lang po, chinecheck na po ng member ng ating vaccination team kung kompleto po ba yung na ang dokumento na dala po ng ating mga magulang or ating mga guardian. At dito din po, i-check na rin po ng ating kung tama po ba yung naidala o hindi. Next po ng registration is ang ating health education and informed consent assent. Dito po, ine-explain po ng ating vaccination team kung ano po ang benepisyo, kung ano po ang risk and possible na maramdaman ng isang bata after po niyang mabakunahan. Actually po, ganito po ang itsura ng pediatric vaccination. Informed consent and assent form po na ibibigay po sa mismong araw ng vaccination day. So katulad na naibanggit ko, i-double check din po nila dito yung mga dokumento na dinala po ng ating mga magulang or guardian. Usually nga po, which is yung isang valid ID or yung original or certified true copy ng birth certificate ng PSA. So next po doon, di ba, is yung health screening and assessment. Kitang-kita mo naman, no, sa dinidiscuss ko, Nurse Arthur, na talagang mabusisi ang pagbabakuna. Hindi lang porket na sila ang next sa target group, agad-agad pagdating nila sa vaccination site, di pa sila nakapikit, di pa sila nakaupo, natusukan na sila. Hindi yun ganon. May proseso tayong ginagawa. Which is, ang next step nga after ng health education and informed consent assent is ang ating health screening and assessment, which is ginagawa rin po ng ating mga members ng vaccination team. So talagang i-make sure nila na yung bata ay talagang pwede na mabakunahan nung araw na yon. So i-check nila kung tama ba na pasok sila sa age group na 5 to 11 years old. At lahat ng checklist na yan ay titingnan nila at i-validate talaga nila para talagang makasiguradong safe yung na mabigyan yung bata sa mismong araw na iyon. So after naman ng ating health screening and assessment, ay magkakaroon na tayo ng vaccine administration. Ang vaccine administration, ang ating nabigyan lang ng EUA sa ngayon, o yung emergency use authorization, ay ang ating Pfizer na vaccine, which is yung orange na cap na 0.2 ml na merong 3 weeks apart from the first dose. So yun po, pwede siyang itusok sa braso or pwede sa hita, pero usually po sa braso. Then after po nun, wag po munang uuwi ang ating mga bata at ang kanilang mga magulang dahil meron po tayong tinatawag na post-vaccination monitoring kung saan maghihintay po sila or mamomonitor po sila within 50 minutes to 30 minutes po. At dito po uulitin na naman ng ating vaccination team kung ano yung possible na maramdaman ng isang bata after po niyang mabakunahan. Which is ano po ba ang dapat nilang i-expect na common reaction. First po is sumakit, namula, nanigas kung saan sila nabakunahan. Which is, kahit ano pong bakuna, ganun naman po ang magiging reaksyon. Una po is, pwede po nating cold compress or yung beam po na medyo malamig. Then after a while, ang ating beam po na medyo maligamgam. Tapos pwede rin pong magkasakit, medyo sumakit ng ulo, medyo mabigat yung pakiramdam, which is normal na reaction din po yun ng katawan. So if ever po, kasi hinahanda lang ng katawan or nagpapakalakas lang yung katawan para mabigyan ng additional protection laban sa COVID-19. So if ever na magkaroon po ng ganun, pwede lang po mag-take ng paracetamol based po sa timbang ng isang bata.
Ayan. So as I looking at the step-by-step process or procedure, no, Nurse Jen, dun sa pinakita mo na from the registrations down to the post-vaccinations, napakaganda. Talaga namang pinag-isipan na kung saan para sa ganun ay talagang napakaganda nung daloy nung pagpapabakuna sa ating mga estudyante or dun sa ating mga bata. And then also, nabanggit mo din, no, dun sa mga usual or yung magiging sintomas right after no vaccinations, na kung saan talaga namang, kasi minsan kasi sinasabi, bakit yung iba walang sintomas, yung iba naman nagkaramdam sila ng lagnat, mga ganun. So tama ba ako, Nurse Jen, na depende yan sa response ng katawan ng pasyente?
Tama. Ito hindi ibig sabihin na hindi siya nakaramdam ay hindi po siya epektibo, or kung nakaramdam siya is may something wrong. Hindi po. Case-to-case basis po yan. Depende po sa katawan ng isang tao. And siyempre, there's Arthur, no? Maraming kumakalat sa social media. Believe din talaga ako sa imagination ng mga tao. So, tandaan na alamin natin ng tamang impormasyon. So, hindi ibig sabihin na very sikat ngayon ang ating all of us are dead ay totoo na binabago ang DNA ng mga nabakunahan. Nalalaman ng fetal cells, microchip, or animal products. Naglalaman daw siya ng COVID-19 virus. Hindi po. Ito po ay protection level sa COVID-19. And naapektuhan daw ang fertility. So wala pong mga pag-aaral na naglalabas. Ganun po ang magiging end product pag nabakunahan po. So tandaan po, ligtas at epektibo po ang bakuna na ibibigay po sa ating mga bata. At syempre, ang ating mga teachers and ating mga listeners, ating mga parents especially, so tandaan po, sana meron po tayong, bigyan po natin ng gabay ang ating mga bata. So tanungin po natin anong nararamdaman nila regarding sa bakuna. Alamin po natin at i-acknowledge po natin kung ano yung nararamdaman nila. Kaya very important po na ipaalam po sa kanila ang detalye ng pagbabakuna para alam nila yung i-expect nila, ipaliwanag kung bakit kailangan nilang mabakunahan. At syempre, gumawa po tayo ng plano kung ano yung gagawin natin sa mismong araw ng bakuna. Alamin po natin yung magiging schedule natin, kung anong oras, kung ano po yung mga dapat dalhin. At pwede rin po tayo mag-ensayo bago sa mismong araw ng bakuna. Kunyari, babakunahan natin yung kanilang teddy bear or yung kanilang Barbie or kunyari yung kanilang kapatid or siya mismo para alam po nila na ay, eto pala ang i-expect nila sa mismong araw ng bakuna.
Ayan, thank you. Para sa ganun, hindi sila matakot, no? There are also, nagkaroon na tayo, I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, Nurse Jen, no, ng pilot testing sa Tarlac Provincial Hospital na kung saan nakita natin na naka-costume yung mga vaccination team para sa ganun, somehow hindi talaga matakot yung mga ating mga estudyante or mga bata. Tama ba ako, Nurse Jen?
Tama. Ayon sa mga kaibigan natin sa Department of Health, naging successful ang pilot implementation ng vaccination kahapon lamang sa TPH, no, sa Tarlac Provincial Hospital, kung saan yung mga edad 5 to 11 na kamag-anak ng mga health workers ang mga nabigyan.
Ayan, thank you very much, no. Siguro to come up or to summarize or to conclude this one, Nurse Jen, can you give us the final words or final saying before we will end our program for this afternoon?
Yes, so gusto ko lang sabihin sa mga nakikinig at nanonood ngayong araw na to na laging sana nating tandaan na ang COVID-19 vaccine ay hindi dapat katakutan, kundi ito'y dapat nating pasalamatan. Huwag basta maniwala sa fake news at tamang impormasyon lagi ang ating kailangan. Sa ngayon, may oportunidad po tayo, no? Maliban sa pagsunod sa mga minimum public health standard para mabawasan ang pagkalat ng COVID-19 infection sa ating komunidad. So, di ba, iisa lang naman ang ating ang goal is tapusin ang ating pandemic at bumalik sa ating normal na activities. So, kaya dapat maging responsible po tayo and gawin ang importanng role natin bilang Pilipino sa ating komunidad. So be vaccinated. Yun lamang po. Muli, ito si Nurse Jen at maraming salamat sa pakikinig.
Alright, ayan po no, pinagdasal po natin to Nurse Jen na napakahabang panahon para sa ganun ay malampasan po natin tong pandemyang ating kinakaharap. And it is one of the reasons na kung saan ay talaga namang zero cases na po tayo ng ating COVID-19. So once again po, thank you very much Nurse Jennifer Ong, one of our school nurse at Schools Division Office of Tarlac Province. It was a pleasure to have you with us this health hour. Sana po ay marami po tayong natutunan at napulot na impormasyon sa programang pinamagatang Facts on Pediatric Vaccinations. So this has been your host, Nurse Arthur, your broadcaster. Thank you very much. Stay safe and God bless.
Bye-bye po.
Bye.
Bahagi mo Radyo Pilipino sa saan mang bahagi ng Pilipinas, saan